Hello vinyl community, hello new wavers, hello boys and girls. It has occurred to me that what we need in this time of coronavirus and pandemic crisis is we need the cure. So I now present to you my collection of the cure. Now one of the things that I'm gonna just file a disclaimer right here, right off the bat. My cure collection is not the greatest. I've got a few cool things, but for the most part, really, I have seen much cooler and much more complete cure collections. But I've got a stack here, so let's go through it, shall we? First off, start off with the, I showed this before, this is the first record I ever bought, right here. Cure, Why Can't I Be You, 12-inch single from the Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me album. One of my all-time favorite Cure songs. So there we go, Why Can't I Be You. Next up, 12-inch single for The Walk. I don't think there's anything special. I think it's just kind of like an album version or whatever. A couple cool B-sides on it. The Dream, The Upstairs Room, and Lament. But yeah, cool little 12-inch single. That's I believe a Canadian. Oh no, it's a German pressing. This is the Torn Down album from the most recent, one of those recent record store days. They've been releasing them on a picture disc, and then a few months later releasing them on vinyl, so I just waited until the black vinyl come out because I'm not a huge picture disc fan. Next up, the Top album from The Cure. Honestly, this is like one of the first Cure albums that I think I heard all the way through. My brother had it on like a cassette at one point. It's a little bit different from a lot of them, but it's still a pretty good album. Favorites of mine off of these are Shake Dog Shake and The Caterpillar, of course. Biggie in the Mirror. There's a lot of good songs on this album. I actually got that one at the same time I got a couple of these others. Early last year, before I started making videos, I had gone into our local shop and they were having a buy two get one free on all used items, and they had 3 Cure albums out there for like $15 a piece, and I of course, you know, jumped on that. So the guy was kind of irritated because he's like, yeah, my manager wanted to come in and get those, but I bought them first. Next up, The Cure, Quadpus. A Night Like This, Close to Me, A New Day, and A Man Inside My Mouth. It's like a little EP. I'm not sure the history behind this one, but there you go. Next up is the US 12-inch single for Pictures of You, including the extended remix, which is actually a really good remix. Last Dance, and then a live recording of Fascination Street. So great 12-inch there. Next up is another 12-inch single for Pictures of You, and featuring even the same tracks. However, this one is a little bit special, and this is one of my cooler items. It is on this really cool green vinyl. It's got like a little swirl to it as well. But yeah, Pictures of You on green vinyl. Picked this one up, I believe, while I was in France, but it's a UK pressing. So there you go. Pictures of You on green vinyl. Next up is the 12-inch single for Never Enough, the big mix, and one of the best B-sides from The Cure, a little song called Harold and Joe, as well as a remix of Let's Go to Bed. This album came out at the same time that the Mixed Up album came out, and I think Never Enough was a song off of there. But Harold and Joe, if I remember correctly, this single is the only place that you can find that song, and it's actually a really great one. Excuse me. Next up is The Cure's Pornography. Great album featuring, you know, The Hanging Garden, Pornography, et al. Great album. This is one of those ones that I picked up at the same time as I picked up the top. Next up, 12-inch single for Love Song, including remixes and extended remixes. Really great 12-inch single there. Next up, the Love Cats 12-inch single. Gosh, I love the Love Cats. This is one of my favorite Cure songs as well. I really dig that song. Next up, Let's Go to Bed 12-inch single, featuring an extended mix and the Just One Kiss and an edit of the song. So that I believe is a Canadian pressing. Yeah, it's Canadian. All right, next up, Just Like Heaven 12-inch single. I keep forgetting that I own this one, and I keep looking for it when I'm at the store and wanting to buy it, and for some reason it doesn't ever register that I actually already have this one. But yeah, 12-inch single for Just Like Heaven, great 12-inch right there. Next up, 12-inch single for In Between Days, featuring the LP version and extended version, as well as a B-side called Stop Dead. Another Canadian one, I think. Yeah, it's another Canadian pressing, but love that song. Next up, Hot, 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 12-inch single. This thing has the extended remix, which is pretty good, and remix and Hey You extended remix. One of the better, more dancey Cure songs. Definitely got some good treatment on some DJ remix services, which I'll touch on here shortly. But hot, hot, hot. Next up is The Cure's Happily Ever After, which is kind of it's a combination of both 17 Seconds and the Faith albums that was released for the US market, because Faith and 17 Seconds were released separately in the UK only initially, and then when they decided to put them out in the US, they did it in this format. A lot of good songs on this one. Forest, obviously, on 17 Seconds. Was an amazing one. And Faith. There's lots of good Cure music. All right, next up is another cool little special 12-inch single. I will pull this out first. It is the 12-inch single for probably one of the Cure's most commercially popular songs, Friday I'm in Love. This is a UK pressing, and it is on this really cool, has a really cool center label, and it's got this clear blue and red swirly vinyl. It kind of ends up being kind of purpley. Really love this record. It's got the Strange Love mix on here. It's got a remix extended. It's a little bit longer. The run times on here, but yeah, I mean, Friday I'm in Love, one of the more commercially popular songs the Cure ever did, off of the Wish album. And yeah, picked that one up. I think I mentioned that. I picked that one up and it was in France. Next up is Faith, the Faith album by The Cure. Yeah, Primary. Yeah, great album, Faith. That I think was the third one that I got in that deal. Okay. Next up is a 12-inch single for Close to Me, this Closer mix. This is the remix that came out around the time of Mixed Up. It was the other single, I think, off of Mixed Up. This is remixed by Paul Oakenfold, which is kind of like The Cure and Paul Oakenfold. What if we threw those together in a bucket and saw it come out, and it would be the Closer remix of Close to Me? Not my favorite, to be honest. I prefer kind of the original of Close to Me, but it's kind of fun, right? And there's also, you know, a remix of Just Like Heaven on here, as well as a remix of Primary. So kind of just an odd 12-inch. They did a lot of just weird stuff around that mixed up time. Anyways, so then we get to the Close to Me 12-inch, the original. This is a German pressing of the Close to Me 12-inch single. Has an extended version, as well as a couple really cool B-sides. Close to Me. Then we end up with 12-inch single for Charlotte Sometimes. Another great song from The Cure. Splintered in Her Head and Faith recorded live are the B-sides. It's a 10-minute live version of Faith on this. So pretty cool. Next up is the 12-inch single for Boys Don't Cry, the New Voice Club Mix. Really great song. I really like this one. This particular record has a little bit of special meaning to me. We had a friend who, when I was DJing at the club back when I was a teenager, was killed in a car accident, and they played this song at her funeral, which was kind of a little different, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of memories behind this song, but we used to play it all the time. Great song. Then next up, I have acoustic hits. The Cure playing all of their hits acoustically. Kind of an interesting album. I don't love it as much as I thought I would. I'm kind of I really like the acoustic stuff on a lot of times, but for some reason this one just, I don't know. I didn't love it. It's okay, but I didn't love it. So there we go, acoustic hits. And next up, I showed this one in another video, I think way back when, but this is the Disintegration album, and it is on a picture disc. And this is another one that I picked up while I was in France back in the early 90s. Yeah, it's the picture disc for Disintegration. There's the B-side for you to look at. Kind of love this one. I love this album. Probably my favorite Cure album, like everybody else. I wish I had it on not picture disc. I wish I had a regular vinyl version of that. At some point I'll pick one up. Next up, a trio of DJ remix services. First off this is the Art of Mix, which is, I'll get to these. I still need to do some more videos on DJ remix services, and I'll probably get around to that in the next couple weeks because I ain't leaving the house. But this one has a really cool remix of Fascination Street on it. I don't know if you can see that. On the A side, as well as a remix from New Order and Frankie Goes to Hollywood and Freemason, or Boxcar, I mean. But yes, that's a really great remix of Fascination Street that came on that DJ remix service. And this record I have shown before. I don't know which one this is, but this is the Razormaid edition D19, and it has a remix of Hot 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 on it. I don't know if you can see that there, but Hot Hot Hot, really great remix. Probably better than the 12-inch single remix. I used to play this one all the time. As well as I have another, I have at least one other remix. I have a remix of The Walk on a Razormaid CD, but I'm not sure where that is at the moment. So sorry, I can't show you that one. And then finally this one is another Art of Mix. It's a CD. And the song on here is kind of a Cure rarity. There's a song called To the Sky, which I don't think it even made it as a B-side. I can't even remember where it ended up. It's actually a really, really great song. I believe it was kind of recorded around the time of Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, if I remember right. Really great song. I actually bought the CD for that song, but honestly, the remix of it is not that good, and the sound quality is unfortunately not that good on it. But it's a great song. At some point, I will find To the Sky on vinyl. I think it's only on vinyl in 1 or 2 places. I used to have the CD of the Elektra Records 40th anniversary, which was entitled Ruby Yacht. And I can't find that anymore. I think that was another one that just kind of disappeared while I was in France, one, you know, disappeared. And they did a cover of Hello, I Love You by The Doors. And really, really awesome cover of Hello, I Love You. That record, I had it on CD, but it was also available on vinyl. That record goes for kind of ridiculous amounts of money because it had a lot of stuff on there that was just not available anywhere else, like from The Cure and Howard Jones and all those other artists that were on Elektra. So, anyways, I present to you The Cure for Coronavirus. If you liked any of these records, if you love The Cure, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please subscribe. And remember, until next time, you spin me around like a record baby.